Hey guys, I hope your day is going well. So today I have the newest Kenzo Homme Indigo. This is an Eau de Parfum concentration and it's the biggest bottle I can find, which is the 110 milliliters or 3.7 fluid ounce bottle, as you can see here. So look at the packaging. It's very similar to all the other Kenzo flankers. This is another one which just released about a few days ago here in the UK. I got this for about 75 British pounds. As you can see down here, we've got the batch code and the ingredients. You can read this if you want to pause the screen. And at the top, that's just the Kenzo logo. But looking at the packaging, it seems like the color, it's a little bit more of an indigo or the purple hue, hence the name Indigo. Without further ado, I'm going to open this plastic packaging and show you what the bottle looks like inside. So the bottle looks like this. It has a kind of a matte purple bluish finish to the bottle, and it's practically impossible to see the remaining volume unless you're in a dark room shining a torch through the back to see the volume in the bottle. And look at the bottom, you've got the batch code information, and at the top it's just the Kenzo logo. I'm gonna waste a few sprays for you. It's a very good spray, and under the cap there's nothing else written over there. So if you take a look on Fragrantica, we can see the main accords listed are marine, leather, iris and aromatic. And if you take a look at a very basic note breakdown, the top notes, there is C or marine notes. Middle, there's iris, and the base, there is just leather. So after giving Kenzo Homme Indigo a few hours to spray on my skin and clothes to test its performance, how it smells, it starts off very identical to Eau de Parfum Intense as well as the Eau de Toilette to my nose. It's about 80% similar in the way it opens. So it starts off, as you can imagine, very aromatic, very aquatic, a little bit of that saltiness to this. But after about 10 to 15 minutes, it turns to a very leather dominant fragrance with a very subtle hint of iris note. Now I know iris is listed as the mid note. It really isn't. It's only in the opening and a very subtle hint in the dry down, and it's almost non-existent if it wasn't listed as a main mid note. So iris is really just a scent for you to enjoy briefly, but I would say that the leather is the main dominant note for this fragrance. And if you already own the original Eau de Parfum or the Eau de Toilette Intense, then you're not really missing out on this one, because it's about 80% identical. It opens up pretty much the same. The mid and the dry down, it's not too far off based on each other. I think that the leather note, it's a little bit more of a dominant one in the mid, and the dry down, it has this kind of a salty accord as well. To summarize, if you enjoy leather, aquatic, woody, and a little subtle hint of salt, then you might actually find Kenzo Homme Indigo something within your ballpark. But if you think that leather note, it's a little bit too unpleasant for your nose, mixed in with some aquatic and woody notes, then I would highly suggest you to maybe try this a little bit on your skin and clothes before committing to a full bottle like I did. And the performance for this one, I wouldn't say it's great. I would say that it's just average, because I get a strong 6 to 7 hours before it turns to a very faint skin scent. And the projection, it's very poor. I think I get about 15 to 30 minutes of projection, even though it's an Eau de Parfum concentration. It's a very weak projection fragrance. It's a very weak performer. But overall, I would give this a solid 5 out of 10, not because I hate this fragrance, but it doesn't really give me a reason to love this either. It's kind of a redundant release in my honest opinion. I think if you already own the Eau de Parfum or the Eau de Toilette Intense, then I don't really see a reason for you to buy this one unless you want to complete the Flankers collection, which I believe it's at around 6 or 7 right now from the Kenzo Homme line. So who knows, later this year they might release another one, so we should keep an eye out for the next release. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it's something much more unique, something much more interesting to try. But personally, this fragrance, it's a 50-50 for me at the moment. I don't love it and I don't hate it either. So let me know what you think about this fragrance in the comments below, because I'm quite intrigued to know what most people think about this one, as it's a very dominant leather and marine kind of a fragrance. And as usual, I'll see you all in my next video.